We made it. We are officially 6 months to the day away from our favorite day of the year, October 31st. So what I thought would be good today is for me to share a little self-scare inspiration with you guys, and then we're gonna head over to my computer and we're gonna do a little plan with me for Halfoween. And by that I mean share the movies, the books, TV, and activities that I plan to do for May to celebrate this exciting halfway to Halloween milestone. I do want to take a moment to say hello and welcome to any new spooky ghouls that might be watching. My name is Mandy Spooks, and this is our spooky oasis where we celebrate the magic of Halloween and spooky pop culture every day. So if you're excited that we are now 6 months from the big spooky season, then be sure to hit the subscribe button because we are just barely getting started. We are barely awakening from our slumber of Halloween. It's like our big nap before Halloween is how I consider it. We all wake up during halfway to Halloween and we go until November 1st and take a short break. Oh man, I am so glad that I'm in Colorado right now because I would not be vibing with a spooky hot chocolate if I wasn't. It's currently, let me check how cool it still is. It's 54 degrees right now. We had a very rainy weekend and I was hoping that I'd get rain today when I'm filming my halfway to Halloween special, but we didn't. But I will take the 54 degrees for as long as I can get it because I am not a summer ghoulie. All right, so I kind of just wanted to reflect with you guys a little bit. I know that this isn't necessarily Halloween related, but in a way it is. So as I mentioned, we're going to be moving about a month from now. So things are definitely going to start to look different around here for the time being. And if I'm being honest, like my mental space has just been very like funky lately because I feel like this isn't home anymore, knowing that we're going somewhere else. And if I'm being honest, like I just haven't been happy in this space for quite some time now. We have definitely outgrown it. And so this is gonna sound like very narcissistic, but what I did last night was watch our previous vlogs, especially like our cozy Halloween night in. I'll be sure to link that at the very end because I feel like that's definitely like a halfway to Halloween vibe. But I watched it because I wasn't feeling very inspired to do this video because, like I said, I just feel like my life is a mess right now. It's not a mess. I'm actually like the most healthy I have felt mentally in a while. Like I haven't been overwhelmed or been emotional the way I usually am, but I have been in a funk as far as just not wanting to create because I'm tired of this space. I don't feel inspired in this space anymore. It's just really small and I work full-time from here. I live here full-time, obviously. I create in here, so I'm definitely feeling the like clutterness, like clutter in my head now. And I'm just ready for a new fresh start in a bigger space that's gonna be just like perfect for everything I need in my life right now. So I watched those videos to kind of just like reflect and remember the good times about this apartment, which I really needed because I just have felt a lot of negativity lately and I don't like to be a negative person. So when I'm feeling negative, I try to think of the positive or the flip side of that. And I wanted to remember all of the like really spooky, magical moments we had in this space because it wasn't always a space I had outgrown or felt frustrated with, you know? So it was really nice to watch those and I invite you guys to check them out because they were really nice moments. You know, we had 2 halfway to Halloween specials here, so I'll link those below like I mentioned. And then pretty much like everything you've seen film at home over the last 2 years has been from this small space, these same 2 rooms basically. So that was what I did last night to kind of just like get into the Halfoween spirit and also like have a nice goodbye to this space because I don't like to leave places with like negativity or anything. So I wanted to remember the ghoul times and it was like really helpful. And I was just like, there's no way that I'll be able to create anything similar to last year's vlog because I just don't have like the space. Like we have things that are starting to be boxed up. there's clutter everywhere from like us just throwing piles together of things that need to get boxed up. And so unfortunately, it's just bad timing for me with Halfoween. And I didn't want to go through the stress of like making a space look clean or pretending that my life is something it's not right now, because that's just not who we are as a creator anymore, you know? So I thought it would be nice to, again, mention the previous videos in case you guys want to see them, but also figure out like, how am I going to celebrate Halfoween then with this like mess of my life right now, right? And so of course you guys know my spooky mugs are always number one for me of like getting in the mood, and content is like the number one way I de-stress and escape myself. So I figured that I was going to do a little plan with you guys, sit down at the computer, talk about what I'm planning to consume to celebrate halfway to Halloween this May, and kind of inspire you guys to also just like take it at your own pace. You know, we have 6 whole months left before Halloween, and unfortunately they drag. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We hit this milestone and then it's like, oh my god, we're almost there. And then you realize you still have part of Springoween left, you have Summerween left, and then you have that weird like back to school area where it feels like it should be fall but it's not, and then finally it's spooky season. So I wanted to give you guys, because I know a lot of you don't, give yourselves permission to feel overworked, burnt out. Maybe you're not ready to like have a full Halfoween celebration. That's okay. Do some self-scare, put on your spooky robe or blanket, make yourself a spooky coffee or hot chocolate, and just watch one movie or one show or read one chapter from a book, whatever feels attainable for you ghouls right now. Because even I myself am not feeling ready for the madness of Halloween season. I need time to move, to unpack, to settle, and hopefully right around that time will be Halloween hunting season already. But yeah, so without further ado, I'm gonna head over to my computer so that we can get into a spooky planning mode. Okay, so now that we are situated, I wanted to talk a little bit about what I'm gonna do here. So back in February, I created this super fun printable or PNG that you could use on Canva to do some vibe tracking. I call it the vibe tracker. So today I'm going to be using it to plan out my Halfoween vibes with you ghouls. As you can see here, it's not looking very cool yet, but by the end it'll be like a cute little planner we created together. And maybe, just maybe, you'll draw some inspiration from the stuff I'm planning to do this month throughout Halfoween. So we're gonna start off by doing a title for May. Well, I'm actually gonna call it Halfoween. And I'll play with the fonts later. I always kind of just start with the bare bones of it, like the actual content, and then I make it look pretty. And then you guys can also download your own vibe tracker at the link in the description below so that you can plan. Because if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail, like Taylor Swift says. But I feel like when you actually write out your intentions, you're more likely to actually prioritize your own self-scare, you know? So this month I want to feel cozy and spooky. I do not like that font for that area there, so I'm just gonna redo it. Cozy and spooky. So we'll fix that more later, but initially that's what I want to do. And then these tabs here are so that you can put your own categories of what you want to do. So first we have movies. Gonna put that here. And then I'm gonna duplicate it. Oh, I thought I duplicated it. Guys, it's not letting me copy paste it. What is going on? There we go. Then we're gonna have, actually I think I could just do movies and TV in one. And just make it smaller. I don't have a lot planned for this month because like I said, I'm moving. So your lists might be more full or less full than mine. Then we have books. And then I think that's all I have. So what I'm gonna do here is get a little fancy and I'm gonna cut the template a little bit so that I could just do this instead. So I have more space to put spooky vibes on it. So I'm gonna do that so there's more decor space. And maybe do that. So that when we do this, okay, anyway, and then I think it moved a little because now this is misaligned. It's gonna bother me, guys. Oh well. Okay, so I'm gonna lock these templates so they do not move. How do we lock it? Lock. And now we just have this stuff to play with. So first off, we have the movie that I want to watch is Dark Harvest. So Dark Harvest came out in October 2023 last year, and I completely missed it amongst the Halloween chaos. So I figured now's the perfect time to watch it to celebrate Halfoween, get a little bit of spooky vibes and fall vibes in, you know? So I believe it was originally a novel, and the summary according to IMDb says, in a small Midwestern town, a deadly annual ritual unfolds when the mythical nightmare Sawtooth Jack rises from the cornfields and challenges the town's teenage boys in a bloody battle of survival. So this movie has had like pretty decent reviews, which is why I'm really excited to watch it, because when I watched Cobweb last year, that one also had surprisingly good reviews too, and I loved Cobweb. So I'm hoping Dark Harvest comes in and surprises us. And actually, I should have added Cobweb to my little planner here, but I did not. So I also recommend Cobweb if you guys are looking for something unique this Halfoween season. And then the other thing I'm going to be watching is the new season, or the second part to this season of AHS Delicate with Emma Roberts. To be honest, I was a little peeved that they broke this up into 2 parts. I don't know if they normally do, because I never watch AHS live. Like I've only ever watched it like on streaming after the fact. So this was the first time I have watched one of the series like in real time as it's being released. And it hasn't been the best, but it's been interesting enough that I'm really intrigued to figure out like what's gonna happen now. So this season has Emma Roberts and Kim Kardashian, which I was not happy about, honestly. I'm not a big Kardashian fan, but I wanted to try it anyway. So it says, in part 1 of American Horror Story, after multiple failed attempts of IVF, actress Anna Victoria Alcott wants nothing more than to start a family. As the buzz around her recent film grows, she fears that something may be targeting her and her pursuit of motherhood. So basically, she's convinced that like someone is trying to attack her or harass her, and her husband, who is cutie Logan from Gilmore Girls, by the way, is kind of like gaslighting her, not gaslighting her, but basically like doesn't believe her and thinks that she's just being crazy. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what happens in part 2 of this series, so I will definitely be watching that. And then I have 2 books that I am super excited about. So the first one is Spookily Yours from Jennifer Chipman, and this one came out last fall as well, but I just haven't had time for physical reading lately. So I was really happy to find out that she is releasing it on Audible in like a few days actually. So I'm super excited to read that one. So let me read you guys that summary. It looks super cute, spooky fall vibes that I just love. So I'm really hyped about it. It says, I don't know if I like this summary. It says, my cat is a demon. No, that's not a joke. An actual real life demon, and he needs my help to break a curse. But what happens when that turns into more? It can never be forever, and yet I'm falling in love with him anyway. Spookily Yours is a spicy open door Halloween themed novel featuring a witch and the demon who falls in love with her. This book is a complete standalone with a HEA guaranteed. So I'm not sure what that means because I'm not like full-on bookish community. So if anyone knows what HEA means, please let me know. It honestly sounds a lot like Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon. So I'm curious to see how this one is different from it. But I'm super excited. Like, I cannot tell you guys how much I love the artwork. And I am super excited to see how the book is, honestly. Okay, and then the other book is definitely a community trend right now. So many of you are excited about Bride by Ali Hazelwood. And spoiler alert, I did start this already. Haven't gotten very far, but I was immediately interested. I did not think I was going to be interested based on the narrator's voice initially, but thankfully did not disappoint. I'm already hooked on the book, so I'm super excited to finish it up. And the summary for this one is a little bit longer. It says, a dangerous alliance between a vampire bride and an alpha werewolf becomes a love deep enough to sink your teeth into this new paranormal romance. Misery Lark, the only daughter of the most powerful vampire councilman of the Southwest, is an outcast again. Her days of living in anonymity among the humans are over. She has been called upon to uphold a historic peacekeeping alliance between the vampires and their mortal enemies, the Wares. And she sees little choice but to surrender herself in the exchange again. Wares are ruthless and unpredictable, and their alpha, Lo Moreland, is no exception. He rules his pack with absolute authority, but not without justice. And unlike the Vampire Council, not without feeling, it's clear from the way he tracks Misery's every movement that he doesn't trust her. If only he knew how right he was. Because Misery has her own reasons to agree to this marriage of convenience, reasons that have nothing to do with politics or alliances and everything to do with the only thing she's ever cared about. And she's willing to do whatever it takes to get back what's hers, even if it means a life alone in Were territory, alone with the wolf. Oh, interesting. I didn't know there was a twist about that. So yeah, Bride by Ellie Hazelwood. So many people are excited about this book, and I was instantly hooked, so I'm really looking forward to finishing that up this month. And then the last thing I have to add to my little calendar here is activities. Sorry, I'm gonna start over here and just keep this smaller font for all of them because I like consistency. I'm a nerd, so we're gonna do books. And then here we're gonna do activities. And then I can show you guys this cute little position trick that will, not that one, center all of these aligned. And then we can put them here. It's really bothering me that this one is not centered anymore. Whatever, I gotta let it go. So what I'm planning to do this month is start prepping for Halloween hunting season, which means, oh no, it's bothering me, guys. I think it needs to be 0. There we go. Plan for, or actually it's gonna be develop my Halloween hunting list. And the reason I do this is because I have learned that if I do not plan, then I end up overspending. So I'm gonna have an entire video about like how I don't overspend during Halloween hunting season. But the first thing I do is develop a list of things that I actually need this season, so that when I get that spooky serotonin hit, I'm not like unreasonable and lose all senses and just buy anything that I really want, because that's what I used to do and it put me in a very bad situation. So now I start developing my Halloween hunting list, which is like literally perfect timing for me right now with the move, because I know like exactly the things that I'm gonna need for this new home of ours. So that's what I'll be doing this month, is like keeping a long list of like things that I'll need to replace or want during hunting season as I'm packing. And then the other thing that I'll be doing is a lot of farming on Disney's Dreamlight Valley, because I'm trying right now to make a ton of money and basically save up, since there's no star path right now, so that I can have a lot of money, so that once I move I can hopefully have a little gaming setup and start to build my spooky valley. And I know that that's going to cost a lot of money as far as like things I'm going to need to buy when I'm building it. So right now I'm just focused on a ton of farming and farming tons of pumpkins, which is perfect for Halfoween, so that I can have all the coins I need for my spooky valley decor. And then I don't really have anything to put in this box. I should have cropped it out. Let me crop it out real quick. And then we can get to decorating this cute little, now we'll just center it on purpose so that it stops bothering me that it's off center. Now we can decorate this cute little board. So I'm gonna look for a spooky font. No, you're not gonna play with me, Canva? Let's do this traditional Halloween font that everyone uses. And then let's do and make this smaller. This line's bothering me. Okay, we're just gonna put a white shape over it for now. Okay, and then we're gonna decorate it. So let's look for a Halloween frame. So I've talked about this before, but I am horrible when it comes to using like actual hand-drawn illustrations or anything. I'm just not. I love to use a computer for designing stuff. So what I do is I use Canvas for this artsy stuff. You guys can either print it and actually do stuff with your hands and like draw, or you can use Canva or some kind of digital product. I don't know what is going on. I'm so confused right now. Okay, I'm just gonna skip to the part where this is done because I don't want you guys having to deal with my mouse struggle. So here we have it, an entire month of Halfoween. As you can see, I don't have too much to tackle. If anything, I think I might not finish Delicate in time, or maybe one of the books, but I'm pretty confident I can at least watch Dark Harvest and read one of the books. I will for sure finish my Halloween hunting list. Let me know if you guys are interested in seeing a video of me kind of like sharing what my list is for the season. And then tons of farming on Dreamlight Valley. That's kind of just how I like disconnect before bed sometimes, is I'm like, okay, even if I just log in to farm the pumpkins I have ready, then let's just do that, you know? So yeah, I hope that this has inspired you guys to kind of take halfway to Halloween for what it's feeling like for you. It doesn't have to be a huge production, or it can. If you are, I would love to hear what you guys are doing regardless. Before we get going, I did want to share a little bit about what our community is doing. So I'm gonna go through those submissions really quick. If you're not already on our Discord server, you should definitely join, because that's where we keep the spook alive every day with each other. The link to that is in the description below. So vrose23 said, my plan is to do some spring cleaning and listen to spooky podcasts, and then once everything is in order, I want to read some horror books on Sunday because it's gonna rain all day. End quote. Okay, so I just have to say, spring cleaning before Summerween hits is the best thing ever to do. I would be doing that right now if I wasn't packing up my life. So definitely recommend that as well. Goddess Nick said, gonna watch a horror movie tonight and binge a murder book. Sounds like a vibe. And then Mandy Days said that she's super excited because she's been asked to be on a Halloween committee by a friend, and it sounds like she's gonna have a spooktacular season, honestly, after she shared more about it. Let me see. Poppy said, ordered some new secondhand books, just read Halloween Romantic Art and Customs of Yesteryear by Diane C. Arkins, currently on last year's All About History of Halloween magazine. Love the images for collages. Have a few others, but otherwise nothing set for the 30th first yet, and will be low-key this year as May Day bank holiday doesn't fall until the following Monday on the 6th. Well, I'm sure you'll make the best of it either way, Poppy. And Danny did mention that she's been feeling a little stressed and burnt out, and that she's gonna be celebrating with a friend with a spooky movie marathon. So I hope that your marathon went really well, Danny. You kind of inspired this because not all of us are up to wanting to celebrate full on, so I wanted to kind of like lean into that a little bit. And then that was everything. I think Danny also sent a picture, her receipt on the fact that she really did take a moment for herself and celebrate Halfoween with Halloween Town. So yeah, let me know how you guys are going to be celebrating Halfoween, and if I inspired anything, if you plan to tackle any of the content that I'll be consuming over the next month. I'd love to hear about it. And yeah, we're just getting started, ghouls. Don't you worry. We have tons of Halloween planned for this year, and I can't wait to share Halloween 2024 with you, ghouls. Until next time, sending you ghouls and kisses. Bye!